Hello everyone, I'm Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching Coffee Time with Erika. We have been creating India-inspired jewelry for more than a month now actually. And it was such a pleasure to take you on a little trip into one of my favorite places from all around the world. And today I would like to look back at some of your beautiful creations that you have beaded during the past weeks. I hope that you can see me and that you can hear me well. Today I am broadcasting to you from a different location as we are together with Adam. We are visiting our families and also the beading school treasury in Slovakia. So you might notice that the background is different with all the books. So I hope it works well. I see Cindy and Tanya and Sarah and Jessica, and then I see a Facebook user friend. You can watch today's video from the Beading School Facebook page and also from the Beading School Club. And in case that you are watching from the club, then you might need to give permission to my broadcasting program to see your face and see your name, so then I can say hi Kata and hi Anita and Sherry, and I see you that you are writing that you can hear me and see me. Wonderful. And thank you for letting me know. And if I didn't say your name, then it means that I don't see your names. So that's so then you need to click on that link just above the video and give permission to my program. So I can then say hi Jennifer and hi Ula and hi Sunshine, and Mariana is here too. Really nice. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining in today. Teresa is also here. Some more Facebook user friends. Faye is here. Faye got up early again. Daniela is here. And some more Facebook user friends. And I was so happy today that already I saw not one, but two pairs of, not complete pairs of earrings yet, but two jewels created on this ad hoc mini challenge. As you might know, we are super proud, Beading School is super proud to support one of my personal favorite beadwork designers from all around the world, Ruxandra Puskás. And we have invited Ruxandra to design an extra jewel for you to enjoy with your Jewel of the Maharaja box. And yesterday in the morning, I have posted first a pixelated image of this elegant, lacy pair featuring a pure ruby preciosa cabochon and some lots of seed beads and some fire polished beads and round pearls. And I shared the material list and I challenged you to select your beads before you would have seen what you are exactly creating. And I already saw some results. And thank you so much for joining in the fun. It's really nice. So this is the pair that Ruxi designed for you. And if you are a Fuchsia Beading School Academy student, then you can download it for free. Just make sure to be signed in. It's our gift to you. And for everyone else, it's available, of course, in the bead shop. And I wish you lots of fun beading it. And thank you, Ruxi, for designing this for us. In the meanwhile, Marta joined us, and Corine, and Manuela is here, and Kirsten, and Sandra, and Cynthia, and Sue, and Zuzi, and even Kathy is here. Hello, ladies. So today, and Martina, so today I would like to look back at your beautiful creations, what you have beaded during the Jewel of the Maharaja month. This is where it all started, the little box that landed on your bead mat. And since then, lots and lots of jewels happened on your bead mats all around the world. This is what I have put together with the help of Susie. This is just a small selection of what we could see in the beading school club, but there were a lot more jewels. So I really recommend to brew yourself a coffee, maybe eat a nice cake with it, and then spend some time and scroll through all the beautiful jewels that were made during the past weeks, because they are really inspiring. It was wonderful to see, and it's nice to take a moment to stop and look back sometimes. So this was the top of the box where it all started. And then we embarked on a journey, mainly in Rajasthan, in a province of India, where the Maharajas and the big palaces and fortresses are, but also to different parts of India. We even had a storytelling night by a professional storyteller, and even some inspiration on creating the mood of India in your homes with some personal tips and tricks from me. So first of all, we visited the beautiful city of Chittorgarh, and we created not one but two versions of the Chittorgarh motif. And this, what you can see here, this is a necklace beaded by Deb. And Deb is, I can say, famous in the club for always finishing the motifs in very surprising and imaginative ways. So Deb here added a metal component and then lots of dangling nice things at the bottom. And I really like it. It's so well done, Deb. A very happy piece. And then we have here a pair of earrings from Kata. And Kata ventured on a little bit different colorway and added her signature yellow and orange to the purple and green shades. And she added to the small Chittorgarh motif not only a semi-precious drop in metal setting at the bottom, but also a peyote bezeled rivoli. And I really like it how Kata balanced out the ornaments of the motif and the decorative part with a simpler look of the ear stud. It's really beautiful, Kata. And if I see it well, then actually the focal bead in the middle is a peacock-colored, Preciosa calls this shade peacock color. So that's a nice touch of India, even in the selection of the pearl color. And then we have here, let's see, we have here Manuela, another pair of beautiful earrings. And here Manuela chose the additional part of the earring to be more in focus. So even if the little Chittorgarh motif with the bicones is the bigger one, then Manuela emphasized the upper part of the earring, the peyote bezeled pearl with a vibrant color that she chose. And it goes really well together. Super beautiful, Manuela. Thank you for beading this with us. And then one more little Chittorgarh. And this is beaded by Marianne. And while the ladies whose jewelry I showed on the previous pictures went really for the Indian mood, even with their colors, then Marianne chose the very elegant silver gray and yellowish goldish combination for her earrings. And this was actually, I'm pretty sure that many of you remember the Pantone color combination of year 2021, and I loved it, and I loved what it symbolizes, that gray and silver stand for power and strength, and yellow and gold, they stand for positivity. So I really am thankful to Marianne that she brought back the Pantone color combination. It was my absolute favorite during the recent years from Pantone. And she showed us that this pair of earrings and this motif can look wonderful also in a very different colorway. So thank you also to Marianne for creating this. And then, after the small Chittorgarh motif that we beaded actually during a No One Has to Bead Alone workshop, then the first signature jewel that we created from the jewel of the Maharaja boxes was the big Chittorgarh motif. So this was the tutorial that all yellow and turquoise and fuchsia students got included in their membership. And let's look at it, that how did you bead the big Chittorgarh motif? And as Sherry says in the meanwhile, so many talented and creative ladies here. Indeed, I could spend a whole day with looking at the jewels. And here we have, again, another mood. So Anita took us into a cooler part of India, I think. She combined several of the motifs that we beaded together, and she chose gray and white and silver tones with a little pop of blue for her jewels. And I really admire Anita that she went brave and created an asymmetrical look. And she even spruced up her bracelet with adding a little Chittorgarh motif in between the Lotus ones. So super nicely done, Anita. And then here we have Antoinette. And Antoinette went similar to the original colors, but then she chose a darker shade of the round pearls, and also for some of the seed beads on the edge. And also she chose this twisted soutache cord for her necklace that is of this dark blue, royal blue color. So I think with choosing these darker shades, she created like a more dramatic effect in her jewel, while she stayed with the powdery pink and the turquoise and a bit of gold, but the effect is more dramatic, and I really like the look of it. Really nicely done, Annie. And then we have here Daniele. And Daniele, here she created a set of an earring and a pendant. And she added some very traditional looking Indian features to her jewelry. So at the bottom of the earring, there is a charm that reminds me of a coin, a metal coin. And those really frequently appear in Indian jewelry. So I think it was a great choice. And then instead of going for a pre-made chain or necklace, Daniela actually decided to give lots of attention also to the chain where she hung her big Chittorgarh motif. So she used some of the beads that are also included in the focal piece, and she created a combination of beads and wire work. Isn't it amazing, ladies? I really like it. And then the pop of gem duos with this strong pinkish purplish tone on the edge. Very well done, Daniele. And Susie says, there are so many wonderful designs and color combinations. Indeed. And then let's travel forward. Here we have the Jodhpur beaded bead. And this is again a motif that we beaded during a No One Has to Bead Alone session. And here we have Faye's pair of earrings. And what I am super happy to spot, that I think Faye was influenced in her choice of colors and definitely in the choice of the additional flowers by our very first Beading School Academy team, the Magic Garden, which was inspired by Art Nouveau. And we were playing with all kinds of purple and pink tones, with also some greens. So Faye used the flower dango in the mauve color from the first box and added it to the Jodhpur beaded bead, creating this special happy look. And it makes me really long for spring, Faye. Seeing finally some flowers blooming again. And then we have here, let's see who's next. I knew already when the first pop-up yellow showed up on my picture that it will be something from Kata. And indeed, and Kata chose a different ear stud, but also very much in the style of the land of the Maharajas. And Kata chose a very nice blood red shade Preciosa pearl for the middle of the Jodhpur beaded bead. And then her seed beads are yellow and orange, but then there is a pop of light turquoise shade. I think if I spot it well, then it can be the Aqua Bohemica matte. And that little contrast really brings this this to life. And Kata says, I'm so predictable, need to change my style now. Kata, I think you are comfortable with so many different colors, and I see a big versatility of color combinations that you love playing with, but yellow and orange tones, especially together, they are indeed your signatures. And then we have, and it's good to have a signature tone, I think. Then we have Katja. And Katja, again, she went back to, yeah, indeed, you see, I don't see your name, unfortunately, but a Facebook user friend says, love your style. And here we have a pair of earrings beaded by Katja. And Katja created a very romantic look here by adding this textile, these fabric flowers to the bottom of her beaded beads. And these fabric flowers, they also came in our first Magic Garden Beading School Academy team. And then she added the ballerina tutu crystal connectors on top of it. And I actually have a funny memory, a little funny story about the ballerina tutu crystal connectors. So when we first got them, then I thought that of course, it looks like a jellyfish. And then my colleagues who take the pictures and upload them to the to the bead shop, they turned them upside down and they said that of course it looks like a ballerina to the skirt of the ballerina. So then we had this funny discussion, like, is it a jellyfish? Is it a ballerina skirt? So Katja went for the choice of the ballerina tutu. and it's a very nice romantic pair. And here then we have a pendant version of Jodhpur, and this was beaded by Mehtab. And Mehtab, besides using warm tones for the majority of her necklace, then she added a green pop in the form of a rivoli bezeled with peyote, and it came out great. And then she added a drop at the bottom. And then let's travel further in India. And then we have here Jaisalmer. And Jaisalmer is actually a city where I unfortunately could not travel yet, as it's totally on the opposite side of the desert where we started out from. But I am super happy that with the help of your beautiful jewels, I could indeed inform travel to Jaisalmer, and it's still on my bucket list that I would love to go there. And again, here we have Deb, and Deb paired the sparkly snowflake motif with two motifs of the Jaisalmer. And she went for silver and gray tones and with a pop of blue zircon and kind of emerald shade seed beads. And it looks really nice, these three motifs together. And then we have Kara. And Kara created a ring with the pinkish purplish Miyuki Delica 11s and the blue zircon small navette in the middle. And I love that Kara went brave with the color of her delicas. In the original, there were silver delicas all around, and then only a little color on the edge. And Kara made a big change in the color of the Miyuki delicas, and she made the purplish pinkish tone the main color of it. And I think it was a really good decision, and it looks great. And Kara even took a beautiful picture of her ring. And then we have a similar tone from Katja, and Katja turned the motifs into a pair of earrings. And then, again, it's so nice to see that we have so many options that what do we want to hang at the bottom of our earrings if we want to hang something. And this time Katja chose metal components which are decorated with pieces of cubic zirconia in a transparent color, and they are super playful, and they also came in the box, and this is the proof of it, that they can complement the Jaisalmer earring really nicely. Thank you for this, Katja. And then another pair of earrings from Manuela. And it's so nice to see that how many different variations you made with the Jaisalmer motifs. We had a coffee time with Erika when we were playing on my virtual beading board with my program that I use for illustrating beading tutorials. And then we were brainstorming together about all the possibilities, how you can arrange the beads and different components with the Jaisalmer motif. And we see the beaded proofs of it, that it really works, and there are endless possibilities. So Manuela turned the motifs by 90 degrees, so they are in a horizontal position, and she added some glass beads in metal settings at the bottom of them. And the colors and the shape, they came out really well. And Deb joined us too. You were the showgirl right away at the beginning. Welcome, Deb. And then another Jaisalmer, and this was beaded by Tammy. And Tammy created a full set of necklace and a pair of earrings, and she even decided to enlarge the motifs and add not only the drops at the bottom, but even more seed beads all around. And she chose really happy Indian colors for it, purple and pink and gold. And she took her picture on a turquoise background, and it all works together really nicely. We often talk, by the way, about different ways of making or motifs into a pendant by adding a bail. And here Tammy gave a really nice example of another possibility, that she actually chose a peyote bezeled crystal for her bail, and the necklace cord is hidden behind the crystal. So that was a really nice idea, Tammy. I love it. And then let's travel further. And here we have the Lotus, which was designed by Susie. And while I chose names of different cities for the jewels that I have created, then Susie chose names of flowers for her designs. And she designed the Lotus for another No One Has to Be Alone session. And this one is beaded by Carol. And Carol made a very cute pair with the original pink and turquoise and gray. And then she decided to make them longer, and she added some of the metal charms at the bottom. And I think if you prefer a smaller sized earring, but still want to add something special to it, then this is a super nice decision. I love your version, Carol. And then we have a full necklace. Oh, that's a beautiful one. It's the work of Cindy, and I love how Cindy connected the 3 Lotus motifs to each other. So an easy way of connecting motifs is by adding round pearls or fire polished beads. But here, Cindy bezeled the slim navets, which come in a metal close setting, so it's easy to play with them. And she added 2 pieces of the navet-shaped cabochons between the Lotus motifs. And then she created a V shape. And then she hung a drop at the bottom. And as you can see, then the necklace continues with a wire guardian in the corners, in the top corners. So then Cindy can attach whatever chain she likes to this one. And it's always so nice when you decide to make a big jewel from the maybe smaller size motifs that we design for you, because then we can see that the motifs really moved your mind and you enjoyed playing with them. So thank you so much, Cindy, for this beautiful necklace. And then, the next one is from Daniela. And this is a very, very beautiful set. You'll find here so many details characteristic to India. We have here some cute little elephants. We have here some bigger beads. They look very special. And Daniela included metal components, different metal components, a tassel, and she actually decided to bead a bigger version of the Lotus. And she added an accenting color of gem duos. So while the powdery pink gem duos in the earrings, they formed a cross shape in the middle of the motif, then in the pendant, Daniela used the matte brown tone for the middle of the motif for the cross shape, and then she enlarged it with the powdery pink ones, and then some orange tones, and it all comes together so beautifully, Daniela. It's very, very nicely done. I love it. And a super nice, vibrant one. And Deb is here with us, and she can see her jewel. So Deb created another cute pair with hot pink and vibrant blue, and a very nice drop and some crystals at the bottom. And let's see, where else do we travel? And here we arrived in Udaipur. And this was actually the motif that I created as first from the Jewel of the Maharaja box. It actually existed before the Jewel of the Maharaja box would exist. This is where all the inspiration came from after a bit of playtime on my bead mat. And here, Anita used the Udaipur motif for the middle of the necklace and then added two smaller motifs on the sides. And she decided to go back to the Starry Night theme and beaded a matching bracelet from the Arley motifs. And since the bead shapes, some of the bead shapes match, as there are also gem duos and Miyuki slender bugles in it, then she could create a unified look of the three different motifs, but still like leaving plenty of playfulness and plenty of variations in it. And I think Anita liked the clasp that was included in the box very much, as instead of hiding the clasp of the necklace in the back where we usually put it, she decided to bring it to one side of the main part of the necklace. And it's a great little detail that makes your set very special, Anita. And then we have here Kata. And Kata created, for me, this is like, even if blue and gold, not the first when we think about like nature tones, but it brings me to the mood of a river and a sandy beach and lots of calmness. And I really like how Kata put together this one. She decided to add a bezeled nacre cabochon at the bottom of the Udaipur motif. You can find, by the way, the tutorial for this square stitch bezel on the Beading School blog. And by the way, at the end of today's meeting, I will be publishing a new blog post for you with the new tutorial. So wait it out, something beautiful is coming. But also, if you would like to create a bezel like Kata did, around the nacre cabochon, then you can find it there too. And then Kata added also Preciosa connectors at the top to attach her chain, and then a glass dropping metal setting in a matching color. And it all came together very nicely, Kata. So you see that we don't always have to stick to the original tones, but these motifs, even if they were created by a specific source of inspiration, then often they look really good, or sometimes even better in something completely different. So this was a beautiful piece. And then we have here the Garden of the Maharaja necklace. And the tutorial for this, again, it's available on the Beading School blog. So it's worth to go back there if you haven't been there for a while. And this Garden of Maharaja necklace, this was beaded by Sarah. And Sarah used green and purple tones, and also turquoise and a vibrant blue zircon swan rhinestone on the bail, and her characteristic chenille stitched necklace. And when I look at Sarah's pieces, and I am super lucky because I actually have one of Sarah's pieces in my home. She gifted a beautiful necklace to me, that every stitch is just perfect. That when you look at Sarah's pieces, then you can see that how much love and attention went into them. So besides her exquisite color choices, that kind of professionalism is also always very, very visible on her pieces, and this is a beautiful one. And Martinus says, we have so many talented students in the academy. Indeed, indeed. And then another garden of the Maharaja. And this is by Ula. And Ula made a variation of the original Maharaja, so the garden of the Maharaja. So that had a tassel, and here Ula attached a filigree, actually the same filigree what I have in my Rock My Heart brooch that I am wearing today. So you see, the same type, same size of filigree can be used in so many different ways. And Ula came up here with a very interesting way. She made it her hanging part and then decorated the top of the filigree with some beads and then attached some more at the bottom. And it came out as a very playful necklace, even with, if you look closely, then you will spot some extra beads that Ula stitched on top of the filigree. So I really recommend to have a second look, because there are many beautiful details hidden in it. And then I have here a jewel that was designed by Alicia of Beautiful Nights, and then beaded beautifully by Alessandra. And the size, the variety of materials used in it, it is just mind-blowing. And I can imagine this at a celebration, some big festivity in India. It looks beautiful. And then, I'm sorry, I had this already. Then we have here some inspiration from Zuzi. So this is the jasmine earring, and Zuzi used here the small navets and some peyote bezeled crystals paired up with ear studs from last year's Summer Spirit box. And she created a magnificent pair of earrings. I can imagine them for an Indian princess, again at some festivity in India. Tanya says, these are so stunning, just breathtaking. And I really love how you dare to go bold and big and colorful while we are exploring India and reading all these designs. And it's wonderful to see how you play and experiment, and it's real, and learn new tricks and try new combinations and have lots of fun. And then we have here the Astra, which we beaded together last week during No One Has to Bead Alone. And this necklace was created by Ginny, and Ginny added some peyote bezeled crystals and then a crystal bead at the bottom. And I love it that how she decided to show also her clasp and how she finished the necklace, because it matches so well. It's again a beautiful piece. And then we have here a marigold beaded by Corinne in the colors of the rainbow, starting with purple through greens and golds and progressing towards orange. And actually, this is a bigger version of marigold, as well. This is also not the original completely, because Faye took the marigold motif on a wonderful journey, and she she decided to join 3 of the marigolds and 3 of the peyote bezeled nacre, not peyote, square stitch bezeled nacre cabochons, and created this super special necklace. So both Corinne and Faye, they took the marigold motif on a great spin, and I love the results. It also looks great as an earring beaded by Kara. And I hope that you are still up for some inspiration coming from India, because we have here, actually, this is kind of on the crossroads of our last 2 themes, as the original was beaded from beads by beads coming from the Starry Night box, but then this is a beautiful pendant created by Zuzi, but then Zuzi shifted towards a flowery motif when we started to play with the Maharaja tones. And this is actually the tutorial that we were preparing for you during the past days. And when we finish our little coffee time today, then I'm going to publish the blog post. And besides Ruxi's pair of earrings, you can also bead now the dahlia pendant designed by Susie. So lots of inspiration waiting for you. And I can't wait to see how many different variations you come up with to help you on your journey. Faye says they are super, this is super pretty, Susie. I love it too. The vibe duos, they just pop, and then there is the crystal in the middle to make it elegant. It's a really nice piece. And to help you with your new creations, then we actually have a not so little special deal waiting for you at the Beading School Bead Shop. So until next week's coffee time, it's in our usual time, Tuesday, 5 p.m. in the afternoon, Central European time, just like it's the same time as today, but on a Tuesday. So you can take advantage of a great 22% special deal at beadingschool.com from all our glass beads, except paisley duos, as those were special last week. And the design that I chose actually for this little leaflet, it is Zuzi's dahlia. And many of you actually wrote that you like the idea of what's coming. So after I say goodbye to you, then I will publish the article, and you can start selecting your colors and check the material list and bead your versions of dahlia. So this week we won't have No One Has to Bead Alone, as I am still abroad and I'm visiting my family, so I would like to spend some more time with them. But next week I am looking forward to meet with you on Tuesday at Coffee Time with Erika. And I will actually have a surprise coming from you from the crystal volley from the Preciosa Crystal Factory. And I would like to thank you for all the inspiration that you brought to the Beading School Club with your beautiful jewelry, with the kind and nice vibes from the club. And I would like to say a special thank you to Kerstin and also to Sarah, who donated some special Swedish design spoons to the club members, to our club members, which are perfect for scooping back your beads into their little containers. So Kerstin decided to, Kerstin offered 6 spoons, and also Sarah offered lots of spoons that they will send to the treasury, and you can win them by participating in a little challenge that the ladies came up with. Kerstin's challenge is over, but please pay attention to Sarah's nice post. She's inspiring you to get your beads organized and orderly. She's our hero with UFOs and her very well organized beading space. So thank you so much, ladies, for your attention today. Thank you for your orders. Thank you for telling your beading friends about beading school, and most importantly, wishing you a peaceful, creative week full of ideas and lots of bead friends that you can make in the club. Thank you, ladies. Take care. Bye-bye.